frozen outer reaches of the solar system lies what used to be the 9th planet, Pluto. As of 2006, the International Astronomical Union, or IAU, downgraded Pluto's status in our solar system to dwarf planet. Planet or not, Pluto lies 3.7 billion miles from our Sun. In other words, Pluto is almost 40 times farther from the Sun than Earth. But the planet's highly elliptical orbit, like a squashed or elongated circle, can take the planet as close as just 2.8 billion miles from the Sun. And oddly enough, this can also cause Pluto to be temporarily closer to the Sun than Neptune. And out here, things get a little bit chilly because there's so little warmth from the distant Sun. Pluto is basically a big ball of ice and rock. In fact, Pluto is one of possibly millions of small icy objects inhabiting the Kuiper Belt, a donut-shaped realm of frozen leftover material from our solar system's formation over 4 billion years ago. First discovered in 1930, the icy world gets its name from the ancient god of the underworld. But no need to be frightened. The idea for the name Pluto came from an 11-year-old girl living in England who thought the name fitting for such a frozen and inhospitable world. And after all, Pluto isn't very intimidating at just 1,400 miles across, around 1/6 the diameter of Earth, or about half the width of the USA. Naturally, since Pluto is so small, you would only experience somewhere around 1/12 of the gravity that you do on Earth. So as a Plutonian, you could jump around 92% higher and lift 92% more weight. You would also weigh a lot less. If you took off from Earth weighing 100 pounds, you would only weigh 8 pounds on Pluto. And despite its meager size, Pluto has 5 moons of its own, which range in size from just 15 miles across up to more than 700 miles across. And being so far from the Sun, Pluto has a tremendous orbit that takes 248 Earth years. So if you took off from Earth 10 years old, you'll be a fresh 0.04 years old on Pluto. Happy birthday, you big baby. Think about where Pluto was when it was first discovered in 1930. It won't make it back to that same point in its orbit until the year 2178. All of the planets in the solar system orbit the Sun on basically the same plane, but Pluto's orbit is mysteriously tilted by about 17 degrees, and astronomers aren't quite sure why either. It does rotate pretty quickly on its axis though, around once every 6 Earth days. And the planet is tilted majorly on its axis, by around 122 degrees. Whoa. Pluto is only protected by a thin atmosphere of mostly nitrogen that expands or contracts like a protective shield as the planet moves nearer or farther from the Sun. Let's tune in for your Plutonian weather forecast. The good news is that you won't experience any large temperature fluctuations on Pluto. The bad news is that temperatures will remain permanently well below zero. Expect low temperatures to drop down as far as 400 degrees below zero. Don't forget to pack a winter coat. But as your orbit carries you closer to the Sun, you can expect nice balmy high temps of only 370 degrees below zero. Surprisingly, Pluto does have atmospheric winds, which may gust around 25 miles per hour. With average temperatures of minus 390 degrees, precipitation is basically out of the question on Pluto. Even if water did exist on the planet, it would never get warm enough for it to evaporate or form clouds, both essential to making rain. And just to show that there's no hard feelings over the whole dwarf planet thing, Pluto even displays a heart-shaped region of frozen nitrogen on its surface for the rest of the solar system to enjoy. And we had no idea the heart was even there until our first close flyby in 2015 by NASA's New Horizons spacecraft.
Space station, we got a heart.
Our adventures have taken us to the far reaches of our solar system and back. Before blasting off from Pluto, we need to address the elephant in the room. Why is Pluto no longer a planet?